Reduce each radical on the right. Drag the correct reduced radical to each radical expression. This first one is radical 49 over radical 25. Well, I can't divide this directly because 49 is 7 times 7, is 25 is 5 times 5. There are no common factors, but I can distribute the radical. So radical 49 over radical 25. And those are both perfect squares. Radical 49 is 7, radical 25 is 5, so the reduced radical is 7/5. This next one, radical 21 divided by 3, well, 3 goes into 21 7 times, so this is simply radical 7. The only obvious thing here is this radical 36. That's a perfect square, so I can rewrite it as 2 radical 7 divided by, and then radical 36 is 6. And that looks pretty good, but the 2 and the 6, that can actually be reduced, so it's going to be radical 7 over 3, because 2 6 reduces to 1/3. I make the 1 invisible and keep the 3 in the denominator. And that one matches here. Radical 14 times radical 21. Well, let's see. I'm going to work this one out down below. Well, what you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to multiply the 14 and the 21 and make it one big radical. But I'm actually going to factor it first just to make it easier. So this is 7 times 2, and this, so it's going to be times 7 times 3. Okay, now it's easier to combine together. Combine it together, I'm just going to multiply all the factors. It's going to be 7 times 2 times 7 times 3. This is the same thing as radical 14 times radical 21. And then look at this factor pair right here. We get 7 times 7, and that's a perfect square. We can take it out. So you have a 7 on the outside, because the square root is 7, square root is 7. The 2 and the 3 have to stay in the radical, so it's radical of 2 times 3, which is 7 radical 6. So that's how you do that last one. Now the thing is, with simplifying radicals, there's no real cookie-cutter method. It just kind of depends on what you're given. So you have to think about it a little bit when you get started. Look for things that you notice, like perfect squares or numbers that divide unevenly, that kind of thing.